All right, Coach, thanks. We are across the Cumberland River from downtown Nashville at Nissan Stadium in Tennessee. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Houston Texans and the Tennessee Titans.
The Titans will kick this one off.
The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Watch tight end. We got four. We got four. Down. Blue 80. Blue 80. Mike, 59's Mike. Check.
On the ground, this is Lamar Miller. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Wesley Woodyard there on the tackle.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
To throw on second is Watson. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal?
Down. Black 22. Black 22. Slam. 2 jet. 2 jet. Jam him. 2 jet.
Watson eluding the pressure, and he's gonna go down again.
Well, certainly some teams are not intimidated by down and distance on defense, are they? 3rd and very long? Let's go get this guy again. Big-time pressure.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Fielded at the 43. 7 yards on the return after a punt of 39. And it'll be Titan football. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Hey, boys, we got 4.
Mariota now from the 50. Yeah, this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. Give him 30 yards there.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
It's really simple to say that they know their identity, that they are a passing team. But one of the reasons that they're so successful, they know how to mix in the run and make sure that they keep the defense off balance and not able to just simply say, let's go get the quarterback and disrupt things.
Now Mariota. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
Watson on 1st down. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh, boy, here we go again. Just like last week, each game is its own entity, treated as such.
Again from the 20 after the incompletion. Here's 2nd and 10.
Watch tight end. Richmond. 4 down.
Faking the give. Now Watson. Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. 3rd and long, it's Watson. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. Well, we thought these two defenses, they might come to play. One has already come to play here. A safety for the opening points of the game.
Brandon, let's file this play away because if it turns out to be a tight game, who knows? This will wind up being the difference.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Here's the Titan offense now as they make their way back onto the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Throwing, Mariota, and complete to the tight end Walker, right side.
Let's go.
And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
Mike 5-5, Mike 55.
Keep it rolling.
Now a 2nd down throw for Mariota. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion, and both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
Mariota now. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division, looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. And he'll get this up to right around the 8-yard line. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
And that's frustrating for a defense because they've got them pinned down deep. And on the first play, they gave up a run that keeps an offense on schedule.
Yeah, because 3 to 4 yards, that's all you're looking for right there, right?
That's absolutely perfect, really, as a play call. You get 3 to 4 yards on first down. That's what they talk about us all the time, about being ahead of the chains or on target, ahead of schedule. They were after that run.
The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A gain of 32 that time.
We just saw him hit a big play there on a deep post. And most of the time, the post isn't available because usually you have defenders in the middle of the field. But if you throw enough curls and crossing routes and underneath routes, I know from experience, they get tired of watching those balls get caught. They start to creep up a little bit, and that's when you can hit them big over the top.
Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10.
You ain't doing nothing.
Richmond.
You ain't doing nothing.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. Bringing him down defensively, Jayon Brown.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's Texans football as we get...
Please contact guest services or security immediately for assistance.
Lamar Miller. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. The Super Bowl hero, Malcolm Butler, makes a stop.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is just going to gang up on the run and set them down.
From the gun on 3rd, Watson dumps it complete to Miller. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
4 down. Black 99 Philly. Black 99 Philly. Check your hot read. Tiger.
Miller. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much.
Mike 54. Let's go. Reset. 2 jet.
On 2nd down, here's Watson. The hook up on the right side to Hopkins. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. The Titans offense now, they get set to head back out here. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
Mariota and the Titans break the huddle, 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Now a carry for the shifty Deion Lewis. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
Let's go.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Yeah, baby.
2nd down, Mariota out to his left. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice 1st down.
On 1st and 10, here's Mariota. They set up the screen for Henry. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. They hold him to only 2 there on the screen. It's second down.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short gain.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. To throw is Mariota. Uncorks one for Davis. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, 3rd down. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
On 3rd down, Mariota. He gets it to Brown, complete. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down. Mariota now 6 of 10 in this first half. He's got his guys a first down here. Here's Mariota escaping the pressure right. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So he was past the line of scrimmage when he threw it.
And as they say, that's a no-no. Got to be able to understand where you are on the field and not cross the line before throwing the ball downfield.
So the illegal forward pass also costs him a down, and now it's 2nd and long.
Hey, you're on an island over there. You're on an island.
Mariota again. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. Bernardrick McKinney able to get him for a loss of about 3. Mariota will need a big play after the sack as the Titans come up 3rd and long.
Watch 36.
1.
From the gun, Mariota. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Brett Kern now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. This is taken at the 15. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. And here comes the Texans now. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
23 yards on the play.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
Check me out. We got 3.
Come back. Tiger.
From the 50, it's Watson. Underneath for Miller. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. Give him 6 on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd down.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
SOS,
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Tiger. Richmond.
They'll run with Miller. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. First down now, but that clock rolling.
Black 99 Philly.
They keep it with Miller on first down. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play.
We got three down, three down.
Two jet. Check 37.
Here's Watson now on second down. Flush to his right. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at third down. The Texans going to signal for their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. The Texans on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 8.
Coming this way. Here we go. Richmond.
Showing 8.
Two jet.
Back.
Now Watson. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now.
Incomplete. Number 10, the intended target.
Now Jason Sanders for the field goal try. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. Now, the drive ends in just 3, but they'll take it. Looks like they'll head to the locker room, barring something unfortunate, in front on the scoreboard.
Yeah, they may not be jumping up and down and celebrating because they have the lead, but still, any little momentum in a game like this is important to a team, and they'll feel real good about going in and regrouping, knowing that they are out in front.
And solid field position here to start as they get it out to the 40-yard line. The Titans offense now, they get ready to do battle again here. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play.
Let's go.
But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Final play of the half here, Mariota. Stepping up, he'll try and run. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. So we have reached halftime here. It's the visitors, the Texans, out in front.
Houston will kick this one off. Number 33, waiting to return.
Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Titan offense now working their way back onto the field. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10, kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use, just something to get you off to a quick start.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
Let's go.
Hey, boys, we got 4.
On second down, here's Henry. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down. The Titans on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
One.
Mariota to throw it. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Goes incomplete.
We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. So possession goes over here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So here's the Texans offense now. They get set to start this third quarter. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. He's letting this one. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. Touchdown, Houston. Will Fuller, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Texans will extend their lead. Oh, I was just about to say he hadn't missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. Sanders now to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And the Titans getting set to go. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage. As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10.
Ain't no such thing as a low.
Mariota now on 2nd down. It's complete to Brown, right side. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pick up there of 20 yards. They go play action here on first down, and they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. He was looking to find some space for Dion Lewis there, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Keep it rolling, keep it rolling.
Working out of the gun, Mariota. Forced out to his left. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. Mariota had an 87-yard run as a rookie. This one a bit less, but it is a first down. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
Hey, 4 down.
Now a play fake here on first down. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Now Mariota. High throw, but the catch is made. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
Gain of 14 on the play.
Mariota. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. Mariota now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
4 down. Check.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Brandon, we're into the second half, and this offense has not scored a lot of points, and that was another example of why. I think it's time to open things up and start really trying to move the ball.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. From the shotgun, it's Mariota. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. J.J. Watt in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. Mariota will need a big play after the sack as the Titans come up 3rd and long. Now Mariota. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Lewis. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. They get 15, but they still needed a little bit more. 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
They'll run for it with Henry. And now running right through him. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. It's 1st and goal after they rip off a solid chunk of yardage in the ground game on a risky 4th down call. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. They'll try and run for it with Henry. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
Throwing, Mariota. And this is caught for a touchdown. We'll check the flag, but it looked like a clear offsides, and it should stand. And now Mariota and the Titan offense, they're going to line up to go for 2.
Keep it rolling, keep it rolling.
3 down.
They'll try and run it in with Henry. And he will get into the end zone as they will indeed claim a 1-point lead.
Gain of 2 on the play.
Now here's Suckup out to kick it away.
Number 40, ready to return.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10.
Red, green, the line, green, the line. Hey, switch gears. Black 99 Philly.
Mike, 54.
Tiger.
54, watch 54.
2 jet.
Get off the field, D. Let's
Come back. 2 jet. Hey.
Watson now to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
3 down. Tiger.
check. 3 down.
Reset.
Check, nickel.
2 jet.
Check.
2 jet.
Tighten up.
Back to the air, Watson on 2nd down. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. Give him 17 on the pickup there, and the Texans also get a new set of downs.
All right, partner, I'm a defender, but I've got to express my admiration there. Moving around, making it happen, and instead of worrying about protecting himself, he goes and gets the first down. I've got to give it to him on that one.
Normally, you don't want your guy taking shots, your quarterback, but it's winning time here in the 4th quarter. If he needs to make those plays with the legs, go ahead, right?
Yeah, no doubt about it. At this stage of the game, all protections, they're off.
A handoff, running left is Miller.
Watch twist.
A solid run on 1st down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Switch.
Tiger.
Again, it's Miller. And an alley to run.
Watch the out.
And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Lamar Miller, his fifth touchdown now on the year. And the Texans have taken the lead here in the fourth quarter.
Great touchdown.
All right, now a big two-point conversion attempt still to come. Here's a toss coming right. And he will get into the end zone for the 2 points, and that helps. That gives him a 7-point lead. Sanders now to kick this one away. Now Dion Lewis to return. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down. Mariota now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Mariota now. Oh, going deep here for Taylor. And this is caught inside the 5. A big play that time for the Titans. 55 yards.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7. But first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. Trying to punch it in with Henry. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
He gets it halfway there with that run. I think you play up-tempo, get right back on the line of scrimmage, and hammer out him again.
2nd and goal from the 1.
Double tight.
1.
Stand up in.
He'll get it up the middle, and he gets in. Touchdown, Tennessee. Jameis Olawale, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Titans are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Blue 80. Mike's 5-4. Mike's 5-4. Reset.
Mike's 54. Mike's 54.
Tiger. 2 jet.
On 1st down, Watson. Throw left side complete. It's Fuller. Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. 1st down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Come back, come back.
Joker.
Right there, 54. Right. Reset.
Focus, defense.
They'll run it again with Miller. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Richmond. Shift. Come back.
Hey, watch Sam.
3rd and 2, Watson. And he fires one, but incomplete.
Perhaps they overthought this one a little bit. They've been running it real well on this drive, and it was 3rd and short, okay? They decided to throw the football incomplete. Yeah, they might have thought just a little bit too hard about that play selection.
Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down.
Black 99 Philly. Tiger.
Hey, watch the screen.
Two jet.
Watch the screen.
Richmond.
They will indeed snap it to Watson. He's letting this one go for Fuller, and that is incomplete. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on 4th. And the Titans, they've got the football back, and they've got it in great field position.
Hey, we got tight ends left.
A first down carry for Henry. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Playing hard, fellas, all day. Woo! Let's get it.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this.
Check. Crunch.
Keep it rolling.
Mariota now from the 50. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And this is caught at the 20. He got 29 yards that time. Haven't heard much from him all night, but welcome to the party, making his presence felt in a big way.
They've kept him under wraps all night long, but boy, did he find a great time to bust out.
Even. 4 down. Even.
Mariota gives to Henry. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
Let's go. One.
Mariota to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, they thought they were going to break the tie. The defense had other plans. They were already in field goal range, but boom, an interception.
I don't know if this was a case of being a little bit too greedy with the opportunity to put points on the board, but give credit to the guys on the defensive side. Hung in there, battled, and made a key play.
And can you believe it? It's a second safety in this ball game. Gosh, this game's felt a bit weird all along the whole way through, and no better play maybe exemplifies that weirdness than that safety right there.
Partner, you've got a tie game and time running out. You've got to be ultra careful down on that end of the field, and this could very well be the play that decides this football game.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. They have the football. They're looking good, but the lead is just 2, so any mistake in a field goal can beat you. They got to be careful.
And that's where it gets difficult because you don't want that to leak into your thinking. You want to play like, hey, we've got the advantage. We can close this out. Don't play from fear, and they can win this game.
See if they can play fear-free and hang on.
Watch one, watch one.
Set. Blue 80.
Throwing here, Mariota. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. Give him 9 on the play, and it'll be second and about a yard to go for the first. Throwing is Mariota. Man open left side is Brown. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That one good for a pickup of 15 for Tennessee. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
4 down.
Here's Mariota. He's going deep for Brown. That's caught inside the 20.
Crash down, crash.
That goes for a gain of 31.
We got 3.
Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him, and he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get.
And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
One more extra point attempt for good measure. The extra point up and good, but this one was decided anyway, as that will be the final action in this ball game. Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain throughout the entire game, and we got rain throughout the entire game. But these two teams, they had fun getting dirty out there. They love the slop.
Did you trust the forecast ahead of time? Are you one of those guys that's skeptical about it, or did you trust it?
But when I saw just a big blob of green on the radar, I said, okay, let's trust.
Yeah, and that's why I'm glad you took my advice. Got your notes laminated, because, you know, open-air booth, that rain can affect us as well, although not as much as the guys on the field. But let's face it, it's kind of fun to watch these types of games, isn't it?
It is. By the way, how impressive is it that you travel with a laminator? I didn't even know there was a